Welcome everyone to Heal, where we are definitely busting myths and breaking barriers and bringing you tomorrow's healing technology today. And I am with two of the most delightful people I have ever met in my whole life. And Saskia and MiKey are from Switzerland, and they've been in the United States now for 6 months?
Yeah,
correct. Yep, for 6 months. And we are so lucky to have them. And they are consummate healers. And they use sound and their voice, frequency, energy, vibration in order to do this. And Daniel and I have had the absolute pleasure and honor of having a healing journey with them. And our minds were expanded, our hearts were opened. It was one of the most beautiful experiences. And that's why we have asked them to join us for Heal in order for you to have an experience too. So I would love to ask these beautiful people a couple of questions, and then we have got a treat for you. They're going to explain it better than I can, but both of them are going to bring through the soul essence of the audience of Heal. And they will explain this to you, and then you can get very, very excited about it. So, Saskia, when did you start singing?
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction from you. We are very honored to be here, right, Michael? So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I love music, and it's my first love, and I always sung in my whole life since I'm a little girl. But I have a very strong voice, and as a child, with that voice, you are an outcast.
Oh,
and
hang on a minute. That wouldn't happen in America. Just so you
I know.
With a strong voice here, you are not an outcast. So, okay. So
yeah, but we are talking from
tell us the story.
Switzerland.
Right. So, okay.
You have to be quiet. You have to be correct. You have to fit in. Mm-hmm. I think I love Switzerland, just to make that point clear. And it's a beautiful country. But as an artist, or to express, I don't want to fit in, because an artist has to bring another view of a situation. I sung all the Disney songs. So, for example, Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I love that movie so much. And Pocahontas. So all this Lion King, all these movies, all the soundtrack, they are amazing. Disney, if you hear me, I'm here. I'm ready. It's my childhood dream. So, and my voice was always so strong, always. I'm born with that. So yes. I never had a training or a coach. It comes.
It's your natural born gift.
Yes, it's like a superpower kind of. So then when I want to sing at home, my parents forbidden that. They said, you are too loud, this is too much. And then I took the dog and I went out in the forest and I sang, and today I understood I'm not sad about that story. This was the best what they could do for me, mm-hmm. because I had the connection with the universe, connection with Mother Earth, connection divine, feminine power of music. Everything is a frequency. Everything is there and vibrating, and I felt everything, every flower, every tree, the wind in my hair. So everything starts to speak with me. So that I have to sing outside was my lucky.
Okay, I want you all to hear this. First of all, I love the way you've turned this around, that you were lucky that you couldn't sing in your own home.
Yeah.
But by going outside, you've developed a connection to nature and the mm-hmm. universe that you might not have developed mm-hmm. if you had have been allowed to sing inside. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and I have to learn that view. Because at the very beginning of my 20s, I was always angry with my parents because they don't support me until today, and that's okay. But this anger, and then I understood they did everything right. And that's the magic in your way. But you have to grow out of your pain, grief, sadness, kind of, and to transform that in your heart. And then you activate a creative power that is beyond everything.
So I'm actually hearing you say that you really activated your creative power by going into your heart and coming to a massive place of forgiveness.
No, it's not forgiveness. It's more like I accept.
Acceptance.
Accept, and
Right.
that's okay. And the cool thing is, today everything makes sense,
Okay.
and that's so amazing.
This is very, very amazing and very special. So, how would you please tell us how you started channeling people's soul songs? Yeah, because you call them soul songs.
Yes,
right?
soul songs. Yes, I channel. So I'm a psychic medium through music, and I channel the soul song, and I channel the message. So I go in my higher self, then I meet your higher self, and then we have like it together, like a musical chat.
Yes.
Then I bring that into the lyrics, and we record that, and Michael plays the healing frequency on his piano, and then we put that all in a song, and you have a message from your soul. And you sometimes we do time travel, sometimes we meet some ancestors, sometimes I see things for the future, and then I bring that all in the music and in the lyrics, because my frequency is the voice, the lyrics. I see images when I hear music, so my channel is the music.
Okay.
Then 1 week before my birthday, my 29th birthday, I had a stroke. And for my family, nobody, so there was no like a history about strokes or something. And in that time, I have eaten very healthy. I had a very good job as a nutrition coach and motivation coach. So I was always there for other people to motivate them to reach out for their dreams. But I forgot that I want to be a singer and that I want to be an artist. So I was so much in the system that I was engaged. At that time, my boss asking me if I want to make a little bit like more, like to have a little bit more responsibility in their company. So everything was like to level up for the other people,
Right.
right? And I had the feeling I was always talking with the universe, but I was not listening. And in that time, sometimes when I went home in the evening, you know, when you have that feeling, something is not right, but I don't know what. But
How many of you have got that feeling now?
Sometimes
that something isn't quite right.
Sometimes
and
it's
one of the
not
reasons
right.
why you're here at Heal and even listening to these divine beings is because you know it's time for a change before you have a stroke.
Yes. Oh, yes. This is. So I need that drama in my life to wake up.
Right.
And really, really, it is awful, and it's scary, and it's everything beyond love. And in that moment, it was a normal Wednesday morning, and I was standing up, feed my cats, and in that moment, I fell down on the floor, and my left part of my body was totally paralyzed, so like a cut,
Right.
left side. And then your face is looking like the muscles. You feel that very scary. And in that moment, they brought me to the hospital, and I'm very thankful for that. But everyone was a little bit like afraid. I was in that bed, and never ever before I was so clear in my mind. And it was like I couldn't speak, because when you're paralyzed, you cannot speak because you need all the muscles. So, but in that moment, this voice came in, and the universe started to speak with me again and ask me, why you don't sing? And so that is one point. You always try to run away from yourself and to have many excuses to make not your things. And when you're in that moment, in that position, you cannot run away from yourself. You have to listen. And then in that bed, I was thinking, and then it was like, and in that moment, all the tears came out. Because then I felt it in my chest. I felt something like an energy or something like, oh my gosh, I never sung. Like I never tried to fulfill my dreams, to go on my way, to be an artist. And now my life is done. And all the tears came out. And then the voice again said, why you don't sing? And then I start to excuse myself as I said to so this inner conversation, it was an inner conversation. Nobody knows about that, just me and the universe. So in that moment, I told this voice like, because I have no band. Why you don't sing? Because my parents don't believe in me. Why you don't sing? Because I have no school degree with art or music. Why you don't sing? I cannot read notes. Why you don't sing? Because I'm afraid of it. Why you don't sing? Because I don't know any musician. I'm totally out of my whatever. Why you don't sing? And then it comes like, you have the voice. Like, you have the voice. That is enough to start. I don't know how long that was, but because time in healing is nothing. And on one point, I was like out of excuses, and I told myself and to the universe, okay, when I'm able to stand up, to walk, to speak, or then on top to sing, I go on my healing journey, and I don't give up until I will sit by the Grammys in Los Angeles.
Wow. I actually feel like crying right now. How many of you are feeling a little bit emotional that this young girl is in a hospital bed, she can't talk, she can hear everybody talking about her around you, and the prognosis is not good, and all you are asked to do is give up all of your excuses. Like, why? And the whys kept coming until there were no more excuses left. And she had to dig deep into her unconscious mind. As soon as you brought up, because I'm afraid, that's the unconscious mind getting honest with you, right? And so what Saskia then did was go, okay, I'm out of excuses, so I guess I'm going to sing, and
kind of.
So keep going, because this is just the most inspiring story.
And the thing is, in that moment, I felt something in my hand, and it was like this crippling thing, and then it comes back in my arm and in everything, and I felt my face again, and in the 3 days, I came back like this.
So hang on, you're saying that once you decided and you made an agreement that you would sing, when you got better, that 3 days later, that process...
No, it starts immediately.
It starts immediately.
Immediately, I felt it in my hand, because it was like, I feel something.
Yes.
Again, I feel something.
Right.
And then starting like this step by step, so hour by hour. And at the second day, it was like, I can stand up. And then we had this interesting talk with a doctor. And he said to me, so the diagnosis is brain stroke together with a migraine. And then he showed me, because they put me into the MRI and everything, they showed me on the laptop this little white kind of like, so he said, this part of your brain is dead.
Right. Like a lesion or something. Yes.
Yeah. But I was there and talking and feel this energy in my body. And then he said, I don't know how this is possible that you sit here. And I said to him, because I go on my healing journey now, and now I'm listening to my inner voice. And I gave him all the medicine back because they want to take tests on me and say, no, we have to, because this is kind of a miracle. Later, it came in the news together with my story. And then I said to him, no, I don't need this medicine. I need myself. I need to activate my voice. I need to heal my body from all that pain, from all that suffering that I had in the last 10, 15 years. Because I always was working against my body. I did all the jobs. I was fitting in. I was not listening to myself. So now my body has to vibrate that out finally. And I was just standing up and leaving. And since then, I never went to the hospital again.
Wow, this
is 12 years ago.
Incredible.
But then I started to sing and I felt that vibration. And you have no idea, the last 12 years, I cried so much. It came all out all the time. When I started to sing. It was like my body was full of anger, fear, judgment, everything. So the frequency, it has to vibrating out. And then 2 weeks later, I booked, because of a friend in New York, he's a photographer, I booked to go in the summer 10 days to New York because I never took holiday because I love to work. Yes, I love to work. I love to work. I love to do
I love
things.
that you love to
I
work.
love to work. So I don't need holidays from my life because my life, I love to work. And then this friend came in, everything falls in place.
Yes.
Then. Everything falls in place.
When you're on track.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to listen. Until today, I have to listen and I have to be aware of it. So it's not done with one decision. It is a way to go. And he is a very famous photographer in New York and he's from Switzerland. But I'm very thankful for him because in that time, I told the people that I want to be now a singer. Everyone was laughing at me. You never will make it. No. And you want to go to America, to the Grammys. You never can work in America. No way. No. And I always said to them, I will do it. I have this wish in my heart. And then it goes back to Disney. So make your wish and don't give up. And for me, that was like my anchor, kind of, to not give up because everyone was judging me, even my parents. In that moment, everything attacked me when I start to go on my healing way. And I was always thinking, I just want to sing. What's the problem? Why are you attacking me? Why I cannot express myself? Why is that forbidden? Why is everything wrong that I'm doing? Because in art, nothing is wrong. We are humans. We have to express ourselves. Why are you telling me I'm wrong? I'm not good enough. So he was the only one in New York because he, still today, he works with Disney, with all the big companies. And he told me, come to me to New York. Dive into New York. And I told him, I can't do that. I don't travel that far. I can't do that. But I should. I give this promise to myself and I always want to go to America. And I always have to talk with me alone, with the universe, because nobody was there for a support. And then I booked 10 days New York. So I really had to make a decision. And you know what? I landed on the JFK. I came out of the airport and I saw the yellow taxis. And it was feeling like I'm home. Finally, I'm home. That everything makes sense. It was like, I know this place. But I never were here in that lifetime. But I know this place.
Yeah.
I took a bus, Grand Central Station. I came out of the Central Station and it was like, wow. wow, like, oh my gosh, I never saw this. Like, whoa, this is also huge, beautiful. And I felt the energy from New York. It was like, and on every corner there is art, and everywhere is like singing, dancing, whatever. This is so cool. It was like, and then I met him, and he told me, and how is New York treating you? And I said, I love New York. It's so awesome. It's so awesome, the energy. And he was like, okay, are you sure? Like, yes, all good.
So tell me, after you met him after that 10 days.
No, because the channeling thing started there.
Oh, it started in there?
Yes.
During those 10 days?
Yes.
Okay,
so we were sitting there. I was so proud of my YouTube channel with all my cover songs. And he's pretty cool, you know. He's really cool. So he was drinking an espresso, me too. And then I told him that I want to be a singer. And he, okay, yes. So just do it. Then I told him, I have a YouTube channel. And he just sipped on his espresso and he asked me, is that your things, your songs there? Or what kind of songs is that? And I told him, no, it's cover, because you only survive when you do cover songs. And he was like, you can delete this channel, because that is not your story. This is another artist, that is her story. So you have to create your own things from your own experience to find your own voice. And I was like, what?
So this is the exact opposite of what you've been hearing all of your life up until that point.
So in that apartment in New York, the universe was spoken with me. Bam! Like, delete this YouTube channel. And in that moment, you know, when you meet someone and you hate what this person says to you.
Oh yeah.
You hate.
I think we've all been there. Like, even though there's a part of you that really does know they're right. Yeah.
Yes. And you know it is
right.
It is right. So, and then the other thing was, I told him, okay, I can handle this, but I will go to a very famous music institute and do some songwriting classes there. And he was again like sipping his espresso. I think at that time he took a whiskey because it was too much for him. And he was, don't go to a school. Make your own experience. Make a journaling. Write that down. Make your own songwriting. You have to find your own style. Otherwise, you get catched in that school thing. And then when you are out of that, you have to find your own style, because that is what artists are doing. And you know what? Because he did all the beautiful posters from Disney, I was like, you are right. But how? And you can say that because now you are super famous. Mm-hmm. But I know him 10 years before, when he was a nobody in Switzerland. So this connection was like, it was meant to be that he said that to me in that apartment.
Mm-hmm. So this is what Daniel and I call divine intervention.
Right. Totally. And then I was so angry about him. But, you know, he was so right that I told him, I have to leave. I have to leave now. I need a whiskey. And then I walked the Broadway up there with my red high heels, beautiful high heels. And then I was so angry and tired and everything came up. And I went to sleep, horrible nights, nightmare, everything. Like everything came up. In the morning, very early, straight to the Central Park on a bench. And like a hypnosis thing, like I was like in another dimension. I don't know. I took my phone and I start to sing in my phone, lyrics, everything, and then I put the headphones on, yeah. And it was all channeled my first song.
Yes.
Lyrics, melody, everything, a bridge, everything, a rhyme, everything. Mm-hmm. It was like, whoa! In that Central Park moment, I channeled everything, because he broke that up with me, and I said, okay yes, because I feel it here, you are right. And from that moment, from that bench, I channel the music, and I feel everything around me. It was like open a gate, mm-hmm. to another dimension. And then I was searching some musician they can bring it on a piano or on a guitar, and Michael was able to do that. And until today, people asking me, can you channel my soul song? And I say, yes, I can. Because everything came, and this is now 12 years of experience in different countries. I channeled a song for His Majesty in Oman. So we were the first Swiss people in Oman Breakfast TV. So at that moment, I start to heal myself, to channel the music, to make the next step, and everything came into that moment that we can sit here on this chair.
Wow, what an incredible, unique story. All right, MiKey, I have to ask you, we're going to go well over our half an hour here, everybody. I have to ask you, how did you come to be able to channel the music? Because Saskia is not the only one who's actually bringing down divine intervention. When you play the piano, I look at you and you're in another reality. And it's almost like Saskia is hearing your frequency vibration of the music and able to then bring down the channeled word even more so. So how did you start to channel music?
So I would say when I look back to my childhood or teenage age, it has always been like that. So I've always been like in this frequency, kind of my own dimension, my own world. But it hasn't looked like that for me. So I started to play the piano when I was 6 years old, and I just remember I saw this big grand piano in this music house, and I just knew that was it. And then I was a little bit disappointed when my parents just bought me an upright little piano. I didn't know that's less expensive than the big one. So, but the thing was, even though I was into classical, I did a classical training for 8-9 years. I studied all the big composers, and for me that was always a little tricky because when I encountered music or had to read or learn music, I was always I had these questions why this melody, why this rhythm, why this music? I wanted to meet those composers, but it was not possible because they all came from a different century, right?
That's right.
that was kind of hard for me. So I couldn't dive into that music very much, and rather than practicing, I just closed my eyes and played. So it was always there, and I was growing up in a little challenging parenting house. So my sister was a little bit mentally disabled. So there was lots of fighting. There was lots of anger around with my parents, with my sister, and I wanted to help her, So I couldn't talk to her or do anything in those moments, and I also wanted to help my parents. So I just went to my room and played the piano. That was all I could do. It was like a guidance, maybe. I just followed that. I sat on the piano, I just played, closed my eyes, and I played. And over the years, I found out that it's healing. It calms the energy down. It transforms the energy. And so there were many points in my life where my parents were about to split up or give up because it was so much of a challenge for them to raise my sister. And today they are married 40 years now. I mean, it's like an accomplishment.
Yes,
it feels so.
And do you feel that this
special.
healing frequencies that you brought through in the piano, it sounds like that had something to do with being able to keep the family together long term?
I mean, it was my intention.
Yes.
And my wish.
Yes.
So it's I was trying, now looking back, I was certainly trying to tune into them and find those melodies that helps them. And so the piano was always there in my life, and it's been there since the age of 6. And I was so far ahead, looking all around the world, what's my purpose, what's my mission, what should I do with my life. I went to so many universities, looking at the campuses, at their classes.
He's super smart.
I mean,
yes,
I'm super emotional.
The world. I was so interested in so many things, right? But I didn't understand that, what I should do is right there, because there was.
But you were already doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
There was always a piano in my room wherever I lived.
Yeah.
There was always a piano there, and and from my teenage age, I was the pianist in gospel choirs. I had my own bands. I was playing, so music was always a part of my life. And during those days in my teenage age, I always wanted to be as the other musicians, but I never like felt like them, like how they thought, how they felt when they were playing. So there was always maybe I could say I was also an outcast kind of, because I had this different relationship.
Very similar
to
story,
music.
but not. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's this similarity in
Yes.
where you're coming from, and it's almost like the experience that you are having, the both of you, to get to this point where you understood what you needed to do. Yeah. Did things change when you met Saskia? Like,
Oh yeah.
how did you how did you meet, and how did that change what you were doing?
So half a year before I met Saskia, I was at the point where I gave up. So because I built up the band like 5-6 times because all the people left. Because at the age of 20 or 25, you are just so like, you want to do different things, right? You want to go on holiday, you want to explore, you want to travel. So I couldn't keep the band together. So
He loves to work too.
yeah, I love to work too.
That helps when you have two workaholics together.
yes.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
And I just wanted to do something significant, something that impacts positively to the work, that can change the world, you know. But those fellow musicians, they were just party, wanted to socialize, you know, like I wasn't too much into that. So I gave up. I just remember like it was around Christmas of 2011, and I gave up on music, and I said, in half a year, I know what to do in my life. And from then on, I stopped my search for what to do. I just let it be. And I had a beautiful 6 months. And then around July, mid-July, yeah, my former drummer, he ran into Saskia and heard her story, like you all heard today. And then he thought of me, luckily. And then he said, I know a musician, I know a pianist, and he's also into New York. And let's meet. And then that was on a Thursday, and he texted me at that night, and then we arranged a meeting for Sunday. And we met at the train station in my hometown in Lucerne, in Switzerland.
Right.
At the train station.
Okay.
So it's very...
No piano, no singing
piano.
in the train station.
No piano.
But what happened? Like, did you recognize each other immediately?
So I just...
I came late.
Yes, you came late.
Yeah, 10 minutes late.
Oh, yes, of course.
And
Nine.
he
Nine.
and he told me if it would be 10 minutes, I'm leaving.
I never knew if I would have left. So.
Yeah, but he told me that.
I just
So what happened? You met?
I mean, when my friend texted me, I already knew like this is something. I just knew
Yes.
something is there. I need to go to that meeting. And then I was there to the train station, and then I saw you from far coming, and I just knew this is it.
Right. This is it, as in, this is going to be my partner, or this is the
No,
person
this
I'm
is-
going to make music with, or what is this is it?
This is what I'm supposed to do in my life.
Right. Okay.
So-
Wow. That's a big this is it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I must tell you that Daniel and I had a very similar this is it experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you met,
Yes, we met. We
and
talked.
how long after that did the two of you start making music together?
So that was, I mean, we like ended up like being together all Sunday till the night.
Yes.
And then the following Tuesday, we went to my studio. I had a rehearsal studio with my piano, and then you came there, and because she had this song that she channeled in the Central Park in New York on her phone.
On my phone,
And
yeah.
I listened to that when we met on that Sunday. And she said, I didn't see that. Like when I was listening to the recording, closed
It's
my
a true
eyes,
story. It's a
yeah,
true story.
Behind me there was a rainbow.
Yes.
So it was like
It
a
was outside
huge
because it was
window.
like windows like
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Behind it
I didn't
came
see
a
that
rainbow.
because I was listening to the
and I
whole
was
song.
like, okay, this is interesting.
So
True story.
And then the most incredible thing happened when I listened to the song. When I listened to the song, I immediately knew that song. I was playing that song in my childhood. And it was like,
okay,
I was
so
getting
you were
goosebumps.
playing
I was
her
like,
channeled song when you were in your
yes.
childhood.
And I had like those compositions that I was like playing over and over again, like because they were so like accompanying in my life. So, and that was one of them. From early age on, I've been playing that, and
Yeah.
and then I told you, and you were.
And I was thinking, he make a trick on me or something.
Yeah.
Because I
Really?
received so many no's. I was thinking, this is too good to be true.
Yes.
When you
Right.
have that feeling.
Well, you've
and then
been
you-
conditioned with the nose.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was like, no, come on.
But then we went to the rehearsal studio 2 days
He
later.
showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I played her like what
I
I
cried
ever
20
played,
minutes.
and she said it's exactly what
Yeah.
she was hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in other words, God doesn't get it wrong. So these two divinely inspired, gifted children finally meet. And from childhood, where they've really known in the depths of your being what it is you're meant to be doing, even if you think you didn't, that when you meet and you come together, there it is, it's all laid out for you. And that begins. When did you decide that the name of the two of you, the duo, would be Dust of Soul, and how did that name come about?
So Dust of Soul came to me before the stroke. In the night at 3 a.m., I woke up and I saw the words like Dust of Soul.
Right.
And I was like, what is that? Because I didn't know. So I woke up, I went to my living room, and I write it down, Dust of Soul. Dust of Soul? Is that even a... What is that? Is that a band? What is that? I was like a little bit confused. But then this voice told me, because now I listen to the universe, told me, this is the name. I have to make a reservation, a domain reservation for that name.
Right.
Dust of Soul.
So dustofsoul.com came to you, downloaded, just like everything else gets downloaded.
Yes.
And by the way, when...
Before I had the song and met Michael and everything.
So, by the way, just so you guys know, when we first met Saskia and Mikey, and they both told us about Dust of Soul. And I went, yeah, fairy Dust of Soul. And they laughed at me. But when we first met you, we went, oh, these guys are elementals. They're not from this dimension. They're really multidimensional beings who've had many, many lifetimes as elves and fairies and pixies, and they're elementals. And actually, when you hear the stories, it's almost like you can see that little boy and that little girl in those dimensional realities coming through now onto this planet Earth to bring us this gift. So what I would love to happen for you is for you to experience Dust of Soul now, and that means that they're going to bring out the piano and download this incredible inspirational song and music that is going to feed your soul, because they're going to be tapping into the heal audience to bring through this music. And I am so excited and honored to have you here. So shall we move and bring out the piano?
Yes.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Be excited.
Thank you so much.
Daniel and I have been sitting opposite you crying with every note that you played and every song, every word that you sang was so powerful. And in order to heal, all of us have to let go of what we know. And if we don't let go of what we know, then we'll never know the expansiveness, the wonder of who we really are. And I want to thank you both for introducing the Heal audience to more of who they are. And you have been told what you need to do now. So thank you for your wisdom, your love, your voice, your piano, for the children within you who are now expressing themselves in order to heal the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much.
Wow. I don't know about you, but again, feeling very expanded, emotional, understanding that the words were for me and for you, and that I have just had an incredible healing soul experience, which is what Heal this week is all about. So I want to thank the two of you from the bottom of my heart, and and thank you from the audience for what you have brought to us today and what you will continue to bring onto the planet. And I know everybody can hardly wait to find out where to find you. Of course, dustofsoul.com, but I will be posting all of the information about how to connect with MiKey and Saskia in the future so that you can continue to have this experience. And by the way, so as a treat, MiKey and Saskia have very generously decided to give you one of their songs that they've just divinely downloaded recently in the USA. And I think they're calling it the gratitude song. Do you want to just tell them a little bit about this gift?
So to be thankful is the superpower. And to activate your heart power and just be thankful for your ups and downs, and speak with yourself in a power of to be thankful to being you, to be yourself, to express yourself. So the song, it's all about gratitude, and most of it to be thankful who you are and who you will become, because step by step you unfold a next level and a next level. And it's so beautiful because we are, like you said, multi-dimension. And we have so much heal power in our body and in our soul. So the gratitude song, right, Michael?
I can just add, we can say thank you now because it will make sense at the end.
Great. You can. Fantastic.
So we tune the music to 432 hertz, which is the healing frequency, the frequency of nature, of our bodies, of all around us, the natural frequency. And we have a healing platform that we have established and are building up. And it's an app, and you can download that, and you can buy a membership there, and you can listen to certain frequencies, like songs channeled in certain specific life areas of challenges you may face that will support you to grow through that and go to the next frequency. So that's very
wow. So it's the music that is going to help people to raise their frequencies in order to be the divine high frequency being that they are.
Yes.
Okay, this is pretty exciting, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.